Week 6 is upon us. We are getting close to the midway point, and Miami's only won one game. So let's talk about other football teams, please. What is up, football fans? This, unfortunately, every year, I'm still going to do it, but every year this is my lowest viewed video of the week. I'm working on it, man. I'm not going to stop doing it. I want to talk about not just the Dolphins. I want to incorporate the NFL. Maybe it'll take off. Maybe more people will watch the picks, but it is like my lowest viewed video of the week. But it's because, you know, a lot of you guys probably like, I don't give a crap, but I'm trying to make it to 100K subscribers. So, you know, you're going to get some things. Anyway, I do appreciate everyone that is watching and hitting the like button and commenting below, letting me know, hey, that's a dumb pick, or hey, I agree with your pick. But we are going to make our picks for today. There's some interesting stuff that's happening around the NFL that we're going to talk about as well with each of these different games that are coming up. Obviously, this video, as well as so many other videos, is sponsored by Sleeper, and we're going to be using the Sleeper app to make our picks. But also, don't forget, you get a free $20 entry, no deposit needed. It is super easy, super free. I will show you how it works. That is the video that I want to show you guys. We'll get to that. But it's super easy. You go over here to the picks, right? Pow! It's right there. You just hit use. You get a free $20 entry. Go click the link in the description. Use that Mamma Jam. And also, if you use the promo code DDW, you get 100% matched up to $100. Did the Yankees win? Let's check that out real quick while I'm sitting here. Scores, MLB. Yeah, the Yankees won. Well, my Yankee fans out there, congratulations. You get to play another game. Hate the Yankees. I'm a Mets fan. What do you expect from me? Anyway, we're going to do our picks for week 6. I'll tell you how I did last week. It wasn't great. Last week, I went 7-7. Oh, yeah, I did pick the Dolphins to beat the Panthers, and then the Rams didn't beat the 49ers. The Giants didn't beat the Saints. The Eagles didn't beat the Broncos. The Titans won that game. The Bills, like all of the teams I picked to win were the favorites, and obviously that came back and bit me in the butt. But we will go back and talk about all these good games and all that stuff. So we are starting with tonight's game, which is tomorrow night's game. It is Wednesday, which is the Philadelphia Eagles heading to my neck of the woods, New Jersey, to face the Giants. Giants who lost to the Saints. I didn't think they would lose to the Saints. I knew it would be a close game. I honestly didn't think they'd lose, but they did. Philly's giving 6.5. I think Philly, who also lost to the Denver Broncos, is going to be a little pissed. Their offense is kind of struggling right now, so I honestly think you're going to see Philly bounce back a little bit. I'm going with the Eagles. Oop. I'm just clicking on things. You get to see all the good stuff. Geez, Doug. You okay. I did it again. You can do so much cool things on this app. I'm going with Philly, even with the 6.5. I think they scored by a touchdown. I know Jackson Dart is dealing with a hammy, but he was limited from not practicing to limited, so there's that. Then we got the Denver Broncos taking on the Jets. The Jets are just in a world of hurt right now. Lost to the Dolphins, then lost to the Cowboys, and now they're having to go overseas to London, I think, taking on the Denver Broncos, who again came out, beat the Philadelphia Eagles on riding on a high. Denver's giving 7.5. I'm going to take Denver even with that 7.5. I think the Jets are down bad right now, and they're really trying to figure out what they're going to do with this situation. First team, I think, I forgot what the record is, but starting 0-5, it's like, it's bad. It's bad news bears. So I'm going with the Denver Broncos. Then we have the LA Rams taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Now, both of these teams lost. I thought the Rams would beat the 49ers. Mac Jones came out, and again, we'll talk more about that when we get to them, unless they have a bye this week. And the Ravens, geez, did they get demolished by the Houston Texans. Now, I don't know if Lamar's going to be back for this game. Again, a hamstring injury is a nagging injury that lasts for a hot minute. So I'm going to go with the Rams, which again, my fat fingers can't hit the button. I'm going with the Rams in this one, even giving 7.5. They made a trade for a safety with the Chargers. They sent their pass rusher to the Chargers. They got a safety and exchanged some type of picks. If Lamar's not playing, I don't see how they win. It's kind of the same thing with Buffalo. If they ever lose Josh Allen, I just don't see how that will work out. Next, we have the Houston Texans. Geez, Doug, the Dallas Cowboys heading to Carolina to take on the Panthers. Carolina, you're down 17-0 to my Dolphins, and the Dolphins just kind of really sucked it up. So yeah, not much I could say. And then Dallas really beat the New York Jets. I think Dallas obviously is the better team than the Miami Dolphins. They are sitting at 2-1, taking on 2-3 Panthers team, but the Panthers are home. I don't think Dallas has that bad of a run defense that I'm going with the Cowboys. The Cowboys aren't as bad as the Dolphins. It just is what it is at this point. The only reason that the Carolina Panthers really won this game is the Dolphins have no defensive line. They have no offensive line. It's all about the trenches. I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys. It just breaks my heart. Then we have the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Indianapolis Colts. And this is where I wanted to talk to you guys about what happened with Gannon, the head coach. So their running back, he got in trouble too. He got fined by the Cardinals, and he got in trouble for this. And I just want to talk about it real quick. So their running back dropped the ball before he got in the end zone, and the head coach, and we're going to watch it too, the head coach here marches over and he confronts the running back. And I said, when I saw it initially, I was like, that's a little much, man. And I got flamed by a good 80% of the people on Twitter calling me soft. You never played football. You never had to deal with this. Oh, this generations or PUSSY. I got flame. Then Jeff Saturday came out yesterday and was like, no, if a coach did that to me, this and that, he was out of line. And I was like, thank you. An NFL player and a future Hall of Famer is actually saying what I'm saying. And I want you to see this, and let me explain myself. So this is what happened, right? Comes over and he's like, boom. And you could see he's animated, right? And see right there, if you saw right there, see that little boom? I'm fine with that. I'm fine with him coming over to him, saying listen, man, you got to pull your head out of your butt. Obviously, he didn't say that. And bah, hit him in the chest. Pull it together. Get pick your chin up. You're fine, right? I'm fine with that. It's here that I had the problem. That right there. Right there. Boom. Hit him in the chest. If it was the shoulder pad, I'm cool, right? Boom. Hits him right in the chest, not the shoulder pad. So hard his headset comes off, right? Oh, he hits him. That's where I'm if I'm the player, I'm mother, did you just hit me like that? Because again, like I said, this punch, fine. I'm fine with that. Giving him a jab in the chest, pull your head together. I'm fine with that tough love. It's when he proceeds to then do this. That's a little too far, in my opinion. Me and Jeff Saturday and some other people agree that's too far. He even came out and apologized. He felt like it was too far. His team fined him. They thought it was too far. But again, on Twitter, I got flamed. I got called a PUSSY. I got called all these things. But again, I've played football. I've had my face mask grabbed and pulled down and this and that. I've had my shoulder pads smacked. I've had all those things. I've never had a coach do that to me. And if a coach ever did that to me, especially if I'm a grown man in the NFL, we're going to have problems. So, hey, comment below. Am I being overly sensitive, or are you as well, a grown man and a grown man? If somebody winds up and hits you like that as they're walking away, are you going to have problems? Me, I'm going to have some problems. But they're taking on the Indianapolis Colts in Indy. I'm going with Indy. Indy's giving 6.5. I think Arizona's kind of falling apart. They keep losing those close games to teams, and you losing to the Tennessee Titans that way. I'm taking Indy in that one. Next, we have the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence had himself a game. Jacksonville beating the Kansas City Chiefs in a last-second falling to the ground, gets up, runs it in for a touchdown. I will say this, right? Fantastic play by Trevor Lawrence, but you got to give credit to Trevor Lawrence's offensive line and how they blocked for him to be able to fall, then get back up, run outside, and gain that touchdown. If the offensive line didn't block the way they did, I honestly don't think he does it. Shout out to Duval. That man started his coaching career as the head coach of the Jaguars as a joke for going, Duval. Now that man is out here with his team potentially going to be 5-1. Great defense. Like, shout out to him, man. I can't hate. I really can't hate. Next, we have the Miami Dolphins hosting the Chargers. Chargers giving 3.5. Chargers opened at 5.5, so they went down by 2 points. Why? I don't know. Maybe because they were banged up on the offensive line, and then they traded their safety away and picked up a pass rusher from the Ravens. I'm going to go in full detail, my thoughts and opinions on this game and who I think wins. Shouldn't be a shocker. On Friday. So, again, subscribe if you're new to the channel. But, yeah, this game, their Dolphins are sitting at 1-4 right now. I have some things I want to talk about, so I'll probably make a video either tomorrow or Saturday, and then I have some other things I want to talk about, so I'll put it on the Patreon. This might be Mike McDaniel's last-ditch effort, so like I said, I'll give you more breakdowns and information on that. Then we have the New England Patriots giving 3.5, heading to New Orleans to take on the Saints. I'm taking the Patriots. I will say this, and I said this on the Dolphin Collective. If you don't know about that, go check it out. A lot of people are, praising Drake May, as they should. The guy played amazing on Sunday Night Football. I didn't think that game was going to be as good as it was, and it ended up being fantastic. But I will say this, I'm gonna hold my reservations on him, because if you remember Mac Jones' first year, everyone was very high on him and the things he was doing. A lot of quarterbacks get this praise for the first few years, and then, I like to wait and see. Let me see a little bit more out of them. But so far, it seems like the Patriots got themselves a quarterback. Even given 3.5, I'm taking that one. And then we have Cleveland heading to, I was going to say San Diego for some reason. Pittsburgh, I'm taking Pittsburgh. Dylan Gabriel is still their starter, and Joe Flacco is now with the Cincinnati Bengals. I think they got a sixth for him. Pittsburgh's just a better team right now. They're sitting at 3-1, facing a 1-4 team. They're just a better team. So we'll see how that all pans out. I don't know why I'm talking all calmly now, like I have something important to say. But yeah, there's that. Then we have the Tennessee Titans taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Tennessee is getting 4.5, even though the Raiders are not that good of a team. Oh, I want to take Tennessee so bad. After what they did with the Arizona Cardinals, I would love to take Tennessee and have Cam Ward come out and really shock the world. But smart play here would be to take the home team, which is the Raiders. So I'm going to take the home team, maybe Tampa Bay. Not Tampa Bay. I'm looking at Tampa Bay. Maybe the Raiders can get their head out of their butts and do something different. Then we got Cincinnati with Joe Flacco taking on the Green Bay Packers in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Green Bay is giving 14.5 points. Spread-wise, I'm going to take Cincinnati. I think the Packers win, obviously, but I think they win by like 10. I don't think they win by 14.5, or they might even just win by 14. If I'm a betting man, I might take Cincinnati. I might even take Cincinnati and actually put some money on that. But that's where I'm going with that. Then we have the 49ers taking on Tampa Bay. This is a good game. You have a 4-1 facing a 4-1. I like Tampa Bay's defense. They're giving 2.5. They're home. I'm taking this one. Baker is playing fantastic. Mac Jones is also playing really good for the 49ers. But I like Tampa Bay's defense a little bit better. Big game, Sunday Night Football. Detroit taking on Kansas City. Kansas City is giving 2.5. That is very interesting to me. I'm going with Detroit in this one. I just like the way Detroit's playing. They're playing hard-nosed football, and Kansas City's kind of struggle bus city in right now, sitting at 2-3. They got to kind of pull themselves together. So There's that. Then we have the 4-1 Buffalo Bills in Atlanta to take on the Falcons. I think Buffalo is going to bounce back in a big way. I think they're going to be super pissed. But their defense still is struggling. So Bijan Robinson, I think, will have a game and be able to run. But I think Buffalo wins by a touchdown. They do play. They haven't played clean football. They barely beat the Dolphins. They struggled at some point against the Saints. Like, there are games where they haven't really. I think the only game they really blew somebody out was the Jets, and I think it was also Week 1. I forgot who they played Week 1. They didn't blow out the Ravens. That was a close game as well. So I'm taking Bills, but then we have Chicago taking on Washington. I'm going with Washington, giving 4.5. They are home, and with Jaden Daniels back in there, I think those guys are playing world of a difference. So that is my pick. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree or disagree with my picks? Am I big dumb? Am I not big dumb? Also, what's your thoughts on what happened with Gannon and that hit? And do you think that the NFL and Jeff Saturday and other players and myself are too sensitive? Or do you think, yeah, man, if a grown man does that to me, regardless if he's my coach or not, I'm having a problem with it? Like I said, I'm fine with the shoulder pad smack and the punch, the jab in the chest and the grab. But when you wow, I got a problem. So comment below. Let me know what you guys think. I will see you maybe tomorrow. Definitely on Friday. But like usual, stay classy. And fins up.